What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Poolside Chat. As I already announced, yes, we did qualify for the USAPL Nationals in Vegas coming up in February. Not just an 8-ball, but also 10-ball. But I recorded all the matches, so we are going to get through them. Ton of good pool. You guys are going to enjoy this series here. We start out with 10-ball here. First round, we're going to be playing Erica, who was on our team last session. Helped us get qualified for 10-ball, but she changed teams. No hard feelings, and both teams did pretty good. They actually performed very, very well, not just in league, but in the tournament. So round one, this is where we're going to be going. The way this worked out, this was match 4 of the round, and we had barely lost one, but we won 2 pretty good. If I remember correctly, I'd have to pull up then. I don't have my iPad with me, but they had 2 players. They also had Marco, who was my Halloween video. If you guys go back and watch that, he's a very good 480, 490 Fargo, but they decided to save him for last, thinking that Erica should be able to take me down off of handicap. So, you know what? Let's just get right into this one. Let's play some 10-ball. All right, so here we go. Like I said, playing Erica, she is a 397, if I remember correct, or somewhere right around there. So it is a 64-34 race. This is gonna be I gotta come out strong on this one. Got a lot of ground to make up. I also done a little things differently in my video for this one, so you guys will have to let me know what you think. My whole cut screen of going from one match to the other, I still have that going, but I'm not going to cut myself out. It's going to save me a ton of time on editing, so you guys are just going to see my face. I'm going to keep talking. All right. So let's go. Let's check out Erica's break. Very good break. She puts a ton of power into it, but unfortunately, nothing really went. We are doing the overhead view as well. I tried to zoom it out a little bit so I can keep my scoreboard over here in the corner. My crosshairs, I guess is what you would call it, up here in the corner, so I can still be able to show you where I'm talking when I'm saying where I want to hit that ball. So even though she had a really good break, came up dry, so now I'm gonna have to reverse bank this. Kind of looks like if I remember correct, I'm having to hit this with a little bit of low left. Try to throw it around. Unfortunately, I didn't quite get enough on it. So 1 ball is dead. 3 balls hanging. So she just needs to focus on making the 2 ball here. Personally, I'm not really putting a whole lot of spin on it. Just, maybe like a slight bit of high outside just to kind of help check it up when it hits the rail. I like hitting high when you're close to the rail just because it allows you to level out the cue, put a good stroke into it. A little bit of an overcut. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of a stun run through on it. If you guys don't know what that is, a stun run through is where you hit draw, but the idea is that, when you hit draw, the cue ball is going backwards, but there's a point it slides and eventually rolls forward. So it allows you to put a good stroke into a ball and then let it hit and then barely roll forward. And actually, another thing I didn't point out, this match was played when we walked into the place. They just got done refelting this table and like 3 others near me. So when we walked in, the rails weren't on this table. They didn't have the dot in place. They didn't have anything. These tables are fresh, brand new. So when I say slick, they are slick, sliding all over the place. So if you kind of notice a few shots that come off a little different or whatnot, you'll understand. I mean, you can just look at it. There ain't a mark on this thing. Looks like I left her kind of straight. She might be able to just put straight follow on it. All right, so real quick, I just want to double check something real fast. It kind of looked like she overcut it a little bit to the left side of the pocket. Yeah, she cut it too far to the left, so the cue ball went right and ended up coming back around behind that 10 ball. She needed to hit just a little more square, and then I think the cue ball would have gone 2 rails and missed the 7 possibly. But just got a little too much cut. So now she's got to kick at it. Just barely missed. Move the 6 ball. Now, I know how this this runs out, but I'm kind of shocked I don't play this into. Yeah, see, you see that? Like, I didn't put a whole lot of stroke into that, and it just ripped. So I was kind of shocked I didn't just roll that into the top side, cut the 6 over here, and then take the 7 over to the top right. You know, and the 8 and 9 are right there. A little bit of a work to get from the 9 to the 10, but you see how fast this thing's going. When in reality, I end up overdrawing the 5, cost myself a cut on the 6, and then now I'm forcing a combo. But somehow, some way, your boy made a combo. I don't know how I did it. A little extra focus, I guess. And unfortunately, it looks like, I don't think that, yeah, the 6 ball got in the way of the 2. Let's get a good overhead view. What's this guy look like? Had a good hit, a little bit on the left side of center. Need to hit that a little bit more full for a punch, but it's the only problem with templates is sometimes you gotta lift a ball to move it, but not a big deal. All right. So she can see the 1, obviously. It looks like it banks to this lower side. Now from this angle, the right side. I don't know. You could also, I think if she's got a slight cut on the to the left side of the 1, you could put just a little bit of low left, because you're off the rail, you got enough, and be able to punch that where the 1 zigzags from the left long rail, right long rail, and then gets back behind the 10, and then that low left will spin the cue ball around that 3 possibly. She could have maybe played it safe, but the 2 ball's in a real ugly place, and I've got a wall sitting here, so you could see immediately I just put that with some high right, probably about like so-ish, maybe, yeah. That way, just spin it back here, put her in a bad spot. Let's try to get some ball in hand. Promise, what am I gonna do with that 2 ball? And I know I've already mentioned a couple changes. I am doing this video completely different, so if you guys are watching, if the music is too loud, let me know. I set it to the same level or some close level of what I was doing in the other way that I was editing. So, but now this is also just taking a myriad of music that I've got saved, a bunch of copyright free music, and is doing a shuffle. So it's not always the same songs in the same pattern like I have been doing. So hopefully you guys enjoy that a little bit. But if you find a song that just is atrocious or stupid or too loud, let me know. You guys know I'm trying to change some stuff here. But I put her in a real bad spot. She's on 1. I'm looking to possibly 3 foul her here. I mean, I don't think she can kick to the short rail enough. Not a bad idea. Just blow it up, make it a little bit harder for me to try to get a 3 foul. So she's on 2. Already got some dust on there. So what I'm looking at, I'm trying to hit this with high left. Go and pause this here. I'm going to cut this. I'm going to, bank the 1 ball fairly firm, bring it back down table, get the cue ball off the rail, and then spin it with some left to get the cue ball back behind the 6. But again, brand new table, and it did not grip. So I still told her she's on 2, but I had to look at this from back at the seat. I thought I had her. I thought she was kicking, even though it wouldn't be too hard of a kick. And then when I looked at this angle, I'm like, I just literally put her right in the field goal so she can just see the ball. So no 3 foul here. And not just see the ball, but drill it. Good safety, Todd. Great save. All right. But at the same point, that 5-9 are still going to play into it. She's got to split that again, cut the 2 to the top left, but then to get shape. You know, I didn't even see that 7 ball coming into play, but she hits a little bit more center ball and kind of firm. And on this glass of felt, the cue ball was just sliding. So I was thinking you were going to come, you know, like some high left with that. So when it hit the 7, it hit the rail and kick back over here to this left side. Try to open up and leave yourself a look at the 3, but unfortunately it didn't. So we're gonna get out the claw, the bridge. Do a bit of a 1 route kick. Kind of sucks because even that 4 ball is not in a great spot. So when you're over a ball, you have to put straight top on it and just put a good stroke, a good push into it. Don't just. That was actually a really good shot and just barely missed. Such a good try. Such a good try. All right, looks like I'm hiking up for some draw. Get it back up table. And again, slick definitely got away from me here. I was trying to leave that ball somewhere in the middle of the table so I could have had some kind of bank shot. Did not get that at all. So now I'm trying to do the Michelle bank all the way down. No, never mind. I'm trying to cross bank it. Tried to cross bank to the side terribly. Did not do a good job here. And now she's wide open. But immediately she's looking at the 10. I don't blame her. When you're playing somebody with that much weight already, you want to get every rack you can. So this is not an easy 4-10 combo. It's not like it's some kind of duck. But on the other hand, I don't blame her for trying. If you have confidence in your control, you know, every ball is wide open. It's not hard to make that 4 into the side, roll back out for the 5 to this low right corner above my head. Like you've got a pattern, you've got options, but I don't blame you for trying it either. So this will put her ahead 19 or 18, excuse me. No, wait, she got, anyway, that would have given her 15. That would have tied us up there, but unfortunately she missed. It was a good try though. It was a good try. Combos are hard. Combos are very hard. Left me pretty straight. Looks like I'm going straight draw. No. You know, I was aiming low, so I can't tell. Was I trying to stop it? Because that's a terrible idea. Or was I trying to draw back, but thinking don't do it, overdo it. But anyway, we're going to get out the jump stick. So It's been probably a month now. I don't even know what caused it or what, but I've got a Horo white diamond tip on my jump cue, and the tip somehow chipped on the end. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I just pulled it out of my bag one day, was screw it together. I was like, wait a minute. So for the past month, and I haven't decided what tip I want to put on it yet. I've got some ideas, but I don't know. I haven't decided on one. So I'm just, now when I go to jump, I chalk up and I have to like look at it and spin around, find out where it is, make sure that's on the bottom, because obviously you're jumping under the cue. But anyway, I had a really good jump, just missed the 5, and then the cue ball slid over and scratched. Yay. Now she just needs to, looks like she's got a slight angle, which is fine, so you can just roll it. If it is dead straight, I mean, just gently make the ball, you'll be fine. Yeah, she's pretty close to straight, so not a big deal. 9 doesn't even come into play. I'm gonna hit this fairly light, basically just high. I might put a slight bit of left, but you're just trying to make this, I would have tried to hit that a lot lighter and then shoot the 9 to the top left corner, but you can see here she overhit it just a little bit, so now she's on the right side of the tangent line, so the cue ball naturally wants to go to the left. She calls a timeout here, so that's why it's sped up. She's got an absolute prodigy of the game, Tyler, shooting this, or coaching her on this. So he's telling her basically, you want to shoot this with high left and just send it all the way around, but you gotta put some stuff into it. The problem is, you see her follow through was about that far. Let's back up a bit. When you're trying to shoot a ball forcefully and get some spin into it, you gotta drive through it. It doesn't mean hit it hard, it means hit it smooth and follow through. And she just went and just kind of stabbed. So the cue ball took no power or took no spin, excuse me, and it just ended up dying on her. This is where having a smooth stroke is very, very beneficial. You get way more action out of having a smooth stroke than a powerful stroke. Especially, let's be honest, we're in America. We play on bar boxes. These aren't massive tables. Oh, got a little point kick, and I mean, got kind of funny. Got kind of funny. Okay, looks like, yep, I'm calling the reverse bank. Looks like I'm just hitting this with straight top. And that looks good, but the cue ball, just barely missed. Man, girl made 7 of those balls too. That was not a good rack. I just got lucky to get the one that counts. Okay, well, let's take a look at that break again. 9 ball down. Cue ball got way the wrong side of the table, unfortunately. A little bit of clump at the 5, 8, 10. I don't even know if I like shooting this one ball, because the cue ball is going to run right into that 4 and leave you long hard on the 2. I just realized my phrasing was terrible right there. Shut up, guys. The reason I say that's a bad idea is because if you hit the cue ball or hit the 4, oh, never mind, she stunned right around it. Never mind. I was good. Well, let's say the cue ball did hit the 4. Then you're leaving yourself a long shot on the 2, which is hard to make at a almost exactly half ball hit. So as hard as you need to make the 2 ball to this low left corner, the cue ball's got to get long. And now you're giving yourself almost an impossible, or at least a very, very hard shot on the 3. And then I get ball in hand and just way understroke the 2. And here we go. So I guess maybe I've got an angle. So let's go ahead and maybe break up that trio clump, or can I hold it? Look at that. I barely hit that ball and it just kept on rolling. Yeah, This is a safety here. You're just trying to skin the edge of it, high right, and just barely touch it. Yeah, and actually spin might have took a little more than I wanted, but regardless, I think she's gonna have to kick at it. And this is something, if I remember correct, she calls here in this left side pocket. This is something I see a lot of lower handicaps do where they, I don't know, she's playing safety. I thought she was kicking at it. Too many times I see low handicap people. You see she hit the 4 but no rail. So too many times you'll see a low handicap that will just call a pocket but then not actually walk over and make sure does it go to the pocket? Is there not a blocker, or how thin is it? You know, just that visualization. Walk around the table, look at the line. I can't preach that enough to enough people. Just ask my buddy Eddie. We played in a Scotch doubles tournament yesterday. We did not do great, but we had a great time. And that's the idea, right? But afterwards, I got to work with him a little bit on a couple things, and that was one of them. I was telling him, like, you should not ever shoot a shot without looking at it. Okay, I got real straight on this. And unfortunately, that's where I went wrong. I needed to cut it just a little bit more, put some top, get the cue ball straighter on the 7, because now the cue ball's got to go either back and forth, which means more power, or you lose the cue ball and end up way over here. So I'm looking at it like, if I hit that 8 ball full, the way it's going to come off of the 10, where's it going? You know, I'm looking like, where's it even possible to hit? So I'm calling there because it looks like I can hit the ball full, come off this left long rail, and then go back over to the right. Unfortunately, it was going too wide, first off, but it didn't have enough gas to get there anywho. All right, Erica. Let's close this one out. Oh, just too thick. Needed a hair more cut angle, which might have scratched. I'm not really sure. So I'm stepping aside here, just like, where can I lead that cue ball to make the 10 in the side into the corner, excuse me. But unfortunately, I don't think it's possible. And again, slick felt. I knew it was just gonna run on me. So I just said, okay, let's just super slow roll it. And I still got almost 3 diamonds away from where it hit. Let's go and take this down. 42-9. All right, the bad part is we're still not on the hill. But you know, on one point, I hate the fact that it's 14 points, but at least the numbers are close enough. Like, you know, look at APA as a 7. I got to go to 5, or even as most 6s, depending on who you're playing, they got to go to 5. So I get it. It makes sense. You know, being the fact that I'm more than 4 racks, I get it. I do. All right, so she should be able to hit this. Like, I shoot this one ball with slight bit of left, just to kind of, that left kind of checks it up and send it up. You got to shoot that gap between that, was that the 5-5-7 to be able to see the 2. And see, this angle looks real straight. Like, you see the overhead, how much angle there was. But, so I don't know, maybe you just kind of give it like a little punch outside draw. And I'm sorry, she hit that so good. Just a hair off, so it just rattled on her. All right, so I'm in a good spot. basically just a close to straight right to spin over. Little love rub on the 5. Not a problem. All right, short man's got to stretch a little bit to get over the 9. And I under hit that. Definitely need to put a little bit more on it. I remember this shot. I'm trying to basically hit it top, but I'm trying to play it where the 3 goes to the short rail, the racking rail. Cue ball comes off this left rail and then tucks up behind that 6-4. Watch how good I hit this. Oh, never mind. I went the other way. I was trying to get the 3 behind, get the cue ball there. Okay, so I was trying to get the 3 behind it, which actually I kind of like that a little bit better because if it hooks her and if I get ball in hand, there's another safe option, but it doesn't work when you just hit the 3 around and wait for a wide open shot. Good job. Little firm. Little firm. Yeah, I don't really know what you're gonna do here. I mean, if there's enough gap between the 4-6, maybe cross bank it. I think that's what she just called. And I'm telling you, you hit that just a little harder, that might have went. Ooh, look where that 6 ended up though. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I agree. All right. What's your pattern there? Real quick assessment. Looks like I'm going high inside to check this up. Yep. Now we're gonna go high. How much angle is there? Yeah, I'm looking there like where can I put it? Because I can't get too far to that right long rail because then I won't be able to see the angle. Oh, I checked that up with high inside. Yeah, I checked that up. So now we're going airborne. You see there is definitely a gap between that 6-8. There's enough that I can see the full ball. Like if the 7 wasn't there, I can clearly make this, but going airborne, we're gonna go and call somebody over. There's another gentleman that's gonna step over here in a second. He's a 550 Fargo, so he'll be good to watch this. Good hit, but it rattled out. Oh well, I would have had to go airborne again on that 7, and it got funny. I like playing a safety here, nice and easy. High, a little bit of left, bank that 6 ball. Basically, like you're trying to go near where she just put the chalk, that first diamond area. High left. Get that cue ball just to slide up right behind that 8 ball. Don't get me wrong, the 6 ball is not going anywhere near that first diamond, but that just in the mindset of that angle is where you're trying to go. It's more about, I don't care where the 6 goes, you're just trying to get that cue ball to sit up. Her angle was perfect. Twice as hard as she needed. So we're gonna just little below center, nice little stop shot. And this one, can't tell how much angle if I need to go forward with it. So maybe a little bit of top. Just, it's more about just firm enough to get it. There you go. You don't need to disrupt the 9, but you want to make sure you don't hit it and kill it and end up killing the speed of the cue ball. So now I've got a bit of an angle, so we're just going to draw straight. I might have put a little bit more stroke on that than I intended, but I was trying, because it was far enough over, I was worried if I go top or just slow roll it, it's gonna be too much angle. I don't know. I should have just slow rolled the thing. So I was trying to open up my stroke, stun it over to the right rail, come back over. And you see how well that worked. Brand new felt. That thing just gripped and ripped, and yeah, well, put a little too much on it. Should just slow rolled it, took the angle, and then, you know, just try to hold the cue ball off the 9 for the 10. Okay. See, with ball in hand, that's why you want to give yourself a little bit more angle, because a 3 more degree cut doesn't make the shot more difficult, but it gives you a little bit more breathing room on your leave to where your cue ball gets left off of the rail, so you're not cueing on the rail, therefore end up missing the money ball. It's thin, but should be a pretty easy make. There we go, 56-11. We are on the hill. All right, watch this. She miscued the break because she didn't really push through. Went straight into the 5 ball. Did not hit the 1. That is an illegal break. That should be ball in hand and on her first foul. But I asked her, did you hit it? She said she hit it. That was pretty obvious, but whatever. Almost kind of like just exploding the rack here. But I try to go for just a thin cut. I had to paper cut it and try to get the cue ball behind the 4, excuse me. Unfortunately, I tried to paper cut it too much and ended up missing. And I still need 8 points here. Lord knows that this would not be a good time for a 3 foul, but because I'm already on 1. So Tyler came back over here, kind of coach her on how to hit this shot. He's basically telling her, kind of like I said earlier, just try to skin it with some high right. Just barely hit it. Get over there. Look at that. Even did one better, and it nudged the 4 just to tighten that window that much more. So I got to test my cueing right here, and I barely caught that 5 first. Just a hair off. And now I'm on 2. Okay, well, she needs to go for a foul here. Yeah, just problem is, like, there's not enough wall for you to hit it into and keep that cue ball behind the 9-2. And instead, she pulled a Todd move and just tried to paper cut it, missed it entirely. So I like giving us, hit the 1 towards the 8, just enough for that to get a rail, and hit this as just a little bit of a stun. And I hit it too light. I need to hit a little firmer so the cue ball actually like slides behind the 9. Unfortunately, it released and went forward. Therefore, it actually hit the 9, moved out of the way, gave her, I mean, she can see the ball. It's a funny shot, don't get me wrong. I like going for the bank here where she's at, even though that is the hardest bank shot in the game of pool for me. But she's calling it. And drilled it. Drilled it center pie. That was such a good bank. Unfortunately, didn't really give her a whole lot here because that 2 ball's still pretty ugly. Like, I wonder if you could actually hit the 2 and then put enough forward on it for the 9 to run to the 7 off the 8. What do you guys think? Let's go. Let's go something stupid. I mean, your opponent's on the hill. You need a ton of points. Just, I'd be swinging for every fence I could see. Ooh, she tried to play safety. I like it. Tried to play safe and leave it on the rail. Just got a bit too much bounce. That's the thing with these brand new cloth, man. If you're not familiar with it, ooh, I tried to miss it. I tried to miss it. Now everything's mostly open. Still got a good gap off this. So now I can basically just hike up, try to put a little bit of low on it. Just kind of freeze that. Put just a every bit slight of left on it just to check it up a little. Oh, I was trying to clip the side of the 7. I ended up hitting the 7 too full. Now it's my turn to go for that bank, which means, let's see. Nope. Wrong ball, wrong grip. Low outside. Oh my God. I actually hit that bank. I forgot I made that bank. I hate that shot. I can never see it correctly, but I got it. And now this is just a nice, easy last 3 balls here. Smooth drawback for a look at the 9. Close it quite a bit. Again, brand new felt. That thing just runs on you. I like going high outside on this ball. Just kind of check it up. Spin did not take. So maybe it's straight top almost. But either way. Super long bridge engaged. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the match. 70-12. And I think we got started in the 5th match. But once this guy entered, we realized the match was over. So we beat him in 4 and we move on to the 2nd round. That was a good match. Erica, good playing. I know there's a lot of pressure knowing your team was down, so you're trying to fight, but man, I got some more good pool for you guys. You're gonna want to stick around and watch this. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy these. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, give me all that good stuff. You guys know I'm coming back with a bunch of good stuff here. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.